there, Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk Bounty video. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Lieutenant Callahan from the Ahsoka series. Now, very much like the Imperial Snowtrooper from my previous review, this is a figure that I'm pretty familiar with already. I was lucky enough to actually exclusively reveal this one back when MCM Comic London was on, and I was there at the Hasbro booth, and we were allowed to sort of, take a look at the figures out of the cabinet. So we were looking at the Snowtrooper, of course, mostly, but we also managed to take a look at Lieutenant Callahan in detail as well. Of course, this is a figure that we do need for our new E-Wing vehicle that we have in the background there. It's going to go very nicely with that, and of course, very nicely with the droid that came packed in with that E-Wing as well. Very, very cool droid, that one. But in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the figure, Lieutenant Callahan. And with all that being said, if you do happen to enjoy the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe if you're new. And let's take a look at that card back first of all. All right then, so here is the card back for Lieutenant Callahan. Pretty cool image of there sitting in the cockpit of the E-Wing. And if you are a carded collector, this is going to go very nicely with her droid, which is one of the better releases in my opinion. Very, very cool figure with some nods back to the original Kenner R2-D2 on the dome of that figure. But the card back for that one's really good as well. And as I said, next to it, these two are going to look pretty cool together. There she is in the bubble. And she has some pretty cool details on that helmet of hers there. She is VC351 in the line if you want to pause the video and just quickly read that bio. And there's the figure there in front of the card back. Vintage Collection logo. Rest of the stuff at the bottom of the card we don't really have any interest in, all the warnings and things like that. And yeah, pretty cool release. But mainly we need the figure loose for our E-Wings. So let's take the figure off the bubble and check her out. All right then, so here is Lieutenant Callahan, the E-Wing pilot, out of the packaging. And I've just got her standing next to her droid. Any excuse to get this droid in shot. Absolutely love this figure, really do. But we'll take him away now because we are going to be concentrating on Lieutenant Callahan herself. Now, in terms of the figure, in terms of its newness, I'm pretty sure that most of this figure is all new. Certainly the upper torso and the head, of course, is all new. If somebody wants to let me know in the comment section below if her legs are new, I'm pretty sure they are from the knee down at least, unless they're from another figure. Maybe the upper legs are from the Luke Skywalker pilot figure, but certainly the arms are from that Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot. You can tell by the cylinders that she's got in her little pocket there on her left arm. And also the gloves are exactly the same as well. So she does have Luke Skywalker's arms essentially. But of course, as you can see, the torso is all new. We've never had a pilot looking quite like that. And the flight straps coming down, things like that. Pretty awesome. But as I said, the legs, I'm not 100% sure if it's just the upper leg that's been taken from Luke Skywalker, or maybe the boots are from another figure as well. But we'll take a closer up look in a second because there are some sort of play features around this figure which I think are pretty cool. But I just wanted her standing there so you can just get a good look at the figure in its entirety. Very quickly, we'll just take a look at the accessory that's included. So this little blaster here is the same blaster that you get with Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot. I'm pretty sure of that, and therefore it fits in her hand pretty well, seeing as they have the same hands. Okay then, so here is a close-up look at the figure, and in particular the head sculpt. Very nice head sculpt on this one. It looks pretty much like the actress. Of course, I don't think you see her in the Ahsoka show without the helmet on, but as you'll see in a minute when I do put the helmet on her, it fits really, really well with the chin strap and everything, even though the helmet is the same sculpt as the Luke Skywalker version. And we'll also take a closer up look at the detail on this. There's some really good paint applications on that helmet there, but she looks pretty cool. And there you can see that sort of new flight suit upper torso that we have and all the details on there. But as I say, these are definitely Luke Skywalker's arms. There you can see those cylinder things in the pocket. But the play features of this figure are actually quite light. She's actually got this sort of like walkie-talkie communicator thing attached to her belt, which just clips on quite nicely. But of course, you can also put it in her hand and then, raise it to her mouth so she looks like she's talking into it. I thought that was a pretty cool feature when I first saw the figure back at MCM Comic Con. And then, of course, the other play feature is the removable helmet. So if we just put that on the figure there, put the chin strap underneath, so the goggles fit quite nicely over the eyes with that chin strap there. Very, very cool. but it's the detail of the helmet which is really the best thing about this figure, in my opinion. The paint applications there are really, really nice. You can see the emblems there on either side, and then if we just move it round, you can just see all of that nice yellow, which goes really nicely with the blue. Just give you a nice sort of all-round look. I'm definitely going to be displaying her in the E-Wing pilot seat with the helmet on. I personally feel that's how she's going to look at her best. And we will put her in the E-Wing in a second, so you can just check that out. But in terms of articulation, the head is on a barbell. Lots of range of motion there. Now, of course, she does have Luke Skywalker's arms and shoulders, so they've just got a hinge there. They go all the way round. Same elbows, just go about 90. But she does have the wrist hinges there. Even though she's a female character, she's got the, Luke Skywalker's hands. Nice torso joint there. Lots of range of motion. And then the legs have the old style hips. So this makes me believe that the upper legs are indeed, the Luke Skywalker pilot figure, but maybe not the lower legs, because he has that thing that goes around the top of his boot. Is that like an ammo belt or something? But yes, slightly different with the lower leg. And she does have the rocker ankles, which I don't think the Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot figure does. So there you go. Pretty cool. So one issue that we have with this figure, which is the same with a lot of figures that we have these days, the accessory that's included, the blaster there, if you don't have it in her hand, then you've got nowhere to put it, because she doesn't have a holster on her flight suit there. So, I'm just going to be displaying her in the E-Wing, which means I'm going to have to pack this away or just drop it into the cockpit with her. But yeah, let's do that now. Let's put her in the E-Wing and see what she looks like. All right, so there's the E-Wing. I've put the droid back in, and then maybe I could put this blaster in this little thing at the back there, little storage area. Let's just put this back on. There we go. And then we'll move the leg articulation in such a way that we'll be able to put her into the cockpit there. And there you go. There is Lieutenant Callahan in her E-Wing with her droid in the back of the ship. And I think this is basically how I'm going to be displaying my E-Wing and pilot, with the canopy open, just so you can see her there with that pretty cool helmet. I might move that back ever so slightly, just like that. But you can just see there, the figure fits in perfectly. I'll just slide that back open. So there you go. That is Lieutenant Callahan in her E-Wing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Did you pick up the E-Wing? Are you going to be picking up the figure? And even if you didn't pick up the E-Wing, are you still going to be picking up Lieutenant Callahan? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members for the extra support. It is greatly appreciated. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we shall see you on the next one.